means Poland's in trouble. Like this reminds me of the time. Remember we went to the casino and that guy drove us home and he hit a deer and I offered him money at the time to fix his car because I felt bad. Then like 6 months later, he was obviously in financial trouble and was like, "Hey, don't know if you remember me, but blah blah blah. Can I have that money now?" That's exactly what this is.
Well, so many Ukrainians.
Poland developed a drug habit.
Well, no, Poland developed a refugee habit.
You are! There it is. Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah! Good
morning! And welcome to episode 1031 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Pat's got all the major headlines you need to know headed into the weekend in your cup of coffee in the big time.
And you're going to get them coming at you at the top of the show because that's the format of the show. So get ready to get the news, the important stuff at the top of the show coming right at you very soon.
That's right, taking you into Labor Day weekend.
Ooh, you know what I realized? Those bastards at my kid's daycare that took all this last week off for quote-unquote training, they butted it up right against Labor Day weekend. So
yeah, they're not open on Monday.
Yeah, no daycare.
Sorry, I was just coughing. I couldn't believe it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got sick to my stomach when you just told me that. They took a vacation week before a holiday. Huh?
That's 6 days of no daycare.
Quite a facility they got over there.
Really getting to know the little guy.
Wow, what a service they have.
Counted all his teeth this week twice.
Nice.
How many has he got?
Oh, I didn't really.
You got caught there.
It's hard to count his teeth.
Yeah, it's super hard. I was going to say like that's impressive because I can't really count.
I'm like it's like the opposite of Larry King and his son. I'm like, I want to see him.
Right, but it's hard to see them all because they're all like small and they're all coming in different times. Okay, I've got a new to us UFO sighting, an impressive video. We'll see if this one cuts the muster for you guys. I know you're tough critics on UFO.
We are.
I think it's a mustard. Is it the mustard or the muster?
Mustard, I believe.
Mustard?
Mustard?
Cut the mustard's a fart, isn't it?
It's muster. And then
cut the mustard.
Other important updates after that. Mark's got a double windows in the TikTok
Double
International
pane.
moment.
That's right.
2 panes.
Let me see it.
And Wes has the Hive Five to buzz us off into the Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, you should be. There's a listener submitted UFO video in the Hive Five today.
Oh,
is it the same one?
No, not from judging by the video that I see down there that Will has. Not the same one.
Probably not.
It's mustard. Let's do the news.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Who knew? I didn't know. All right, guys, real quick. Let's get into the Trump stuff, Biden stuff at the top. Trump stuff first. There's a couple terms you're going to be hearing quite a bit over the next week or so as court hearings related to Donald Trump's potential charges related to keeping of top secret documents in a desk drawer inside an office inside a hotel he owns. So let's get into those terms. Let's break them down. The first term, guys, trustee. The term trustee, as in James Trusty, Trump's new attorney. It also happens to be something that you probably shouldn't do toward a lawyer, which has become too trusty with them. Look at this guy.
Right.
Do you trust that guy?
No, and he
Trust
certainly
that
shouldn't
guy?
be in the trust tree.
No,
I'd
should
like
not
to
be in
say,
the trustee
don't
trust
judge
tree.
a book by a cover. He's got a poor cover, but also don't trust any lawyer. Those are all good.
Generally,
ones.
unless
Look
they're
at that,
yours.
Look at that face. He's
No, Pat, not even
that
yours.
Smirk.
They'll bill you. Oh,
Not
they'll
even
bill you.
yours, Pat.
They'll
Not even
bill
yours.
ya.
Don't trust any of the lawyers.
They will bill ya.
That's a free tip.
Yeah, it's got to be a joke, right? Trusty. I want to be an attorney. All right, moving on. Special master is the other term, which turns out isn't a tizzy slave owner, but is actually a special master, right? Which, according to Cornell
It's like
Law
a real
School,
term, apparently. Which I
a
thought
real term.
I tweeted out just like in Trump voice, like he's going to be the specialist master, the most special master. But yeah, it's actually a real thing.
Look, if there's one thing Donald Trump and his lawyers know how to do, it's pull shit out of the law to delay proceedings, which is what the Justice Department says that he's doing. trying to get a special master in there. Who knows? It's someone
Slow it down. Bring out
slow
the
it
special
down.
master.
Get the special
Slow
master
it down.
It's someone who's appointed by the court, right? This is according to Cornell law, to do some or carry out some sort of action on its behalf.
Just
Specifically
finding out about this term.
when there's
it sounds so
sensitive
racist.
material
No,
involved.
he started tweeting about it or truthing about it or whatever he does now. He was making noise about the special master at least a week ago.
Yeah, I just
well-
didn't know, but like,
No one knew.
It just sounds so racist. Probably that's why people don't.
It does
racist
sound
and
kind of
sexual.
racist.
yeah.
It does kind of sexual.
It sounds like it's just a joke position to me. I thought it was just a joke. It sounds like a fake thing.
Yeah, no, it's an independent third party, specifically used when there are sensitive potential documents or information involved, right?
Do you
So
think
it
it's a
doesn't go
term
out.
that these special masters are like shy about, or do you think they're boastful?
Oh,
about
they
it? Like
love-
at a barbecue.
you do?
Like, yeah, I'm a special master.
Actually,
Oh, I guarantee on their when they go to buy plane tickets, instead of Mr. or Doctor, they put in
Right.
SM.
do you get a PhD type deal at the end of your name? Yeah, like on your email signature, do you have like a 3-letter deal for
Yeah.
special master?
They put it no matter what.
Yeah,
Big time. I mean, who came
spell
up
it
with
all
too?
out? Special master.
they were at BFD.
It was
at the
Master first, you know that.
end. Yeah.
And then someone was like, "Gotta really distinguish these masters."
You're a
from other
special
masters."
master. But
Exactly.
who knows
it
if
sounds
that's
like
good or bad.
they're making fun of the job, but the people don't get it.
I agree. Yeah, essentially the job of a special master is to check stuff out and then be like, "Yo, this is fucked up," or "Hey, y'all are tripping. This is no biggie." Specifically related to sensitive documents. So Trump's attorneys are asking for a special master to review the documents he was keeping in his golf resort desk drawer, arguing that the special master, I guess, will see the docs and be like, "Hey, that's no biggie." Well, the DOJ is saying the special master is just a tactic to slow down proceedings. Who knows? Federal judge signaled on Thursday that she remained open to granting Donald J. Trump a special master arbiter.
Donald J. Trump.
John Che,
Trump.
yo.
Johnny J. Trump.
Michael Che Trump.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Trump also has to hand over his financial documents to the House Oversight Committee he was trying to keep from them. Uh-oh. And that lady, the DA in Georgia, apparently is making a real strong case for potentially RICO charges for him trying to overturn the Georgia election results with the just find me
would love-
11,000 votes.
I would love to see anybody convict him on any of these things that he maybe won't be charged for. Seems like it's a lot of noise. We've had some suggestions from the Hive that to pair with Biden time now that Trump is truthing again. He's not tweeting, but he's truthing.
He also retruths his truths. Did you know that?
Yeah,
right.
you can retruth it. You can
retruth, yeah.
Did
you
we
can heart-
discuss
you can love a truth.
demanding to be reinstated to office on Truth?
That's what I'm saying. So let me read it
Yeah.
for you guys right now.
Okay.
He goes, so it comes out now conclusively that the FBI, this is all caps, buried the Hunter Biden laptop story before the election, knowing that if they didn't, Trump would have won easily the 2020 presidential election. This is a massive fraud and election interference at a level never seen before in our country. Remedy, declare the rightful winner, or this would be the minimal solution, declare the 2020 election irreparably compromised and have a new election immediately.
pretty good.
I shouldn't have to, but I will accept the presidency again. I will go and
Basically,
I guess I will.
I guess I'll go to work tomorrow.
You twisted my arm.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's funny.
Solution.
You're probably right. Probably nothing's going to happen. But if a lot of people are saying if something does happen, it will be the RICO charges in Atlanta. And if that does happen,
Dude, Atlanta's been RICO charging everyone. Didn't they get that's where the rappers just got RICO?
yeah, yep, they got YSL, the YSL crew. But sorry, someone's calling me. It's coming on my computer. It's horrible. I told that person I tape my show now. Don't call. Okay, here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. If the RICO thing does go through, right? I want you to know this. America's worst lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, right? You know how he made his name? RICO charges. 5 families of the New York Mafia. That was his big thing. And if Rico goes through, Giuliani's going with him. And goddamn, there's some mobsters who want to see that shit. Am I right? Like, can you believe
he could get caught on the thing that he got people caught on?
Exactly.
Right.
Wouldn't that be ironic?
Yes, I think that's the definition of irony.
That's irony. All right, let's move on to Biden stuff. On the other side of the aisle, Joe Biden gave what I'm sure was an electric and well-executed speech on primetime television last night from Philadelphia. The speech is happening as we tape. So we don't know which words or phrases he used in the wrong ways or how exactly he delivered.
All the pre articles. What was going on? Like all day long, they're like, he's going to make a dark address. It's going to be so lightning.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Like, specifically
the economy or something? Or what?
No. I'll tell you what he's talking about. But what I know that he's going to do, and I can't tell you exactly how he did it. He definitely delivered a trademark foot in mouth subtle racism via bizarre anecdote portion of the speech, right?
Oh, right, the basketball.
It's a mainstay in his public addresses. He just can't leave it alone, letting you know that he's down with black guys and black girls, also sponsoring the crime bill in 1993.
He used to play for shoes in the 40s.
Are you going to play it, Pat, this one?
I'm not. I
was the only white guy on the east side of town. That's how it starts.
Weird one.
He said that.
Yeah.
Weird one. And you know where the good basketball was? Wake up, guys.
The State of the Union. Is he skipping those?
No.
I feel like we haven't had one in a while.
He's doing the State of the Union. But here's what he is doing.
I don't think they're very frequent. I think it was like
I feel like I haven't seen the State of the Union.
He's using his...
There's definitely been one at least, I feel like.
His least strong trait, right, which is public speaking.
Just telling stories of black guys from 50 years ago.
Voluntarily. Yeah. Lay off the black guy stories,
buddy. It's his favorite trait. He loves it so much. It's
He's like kills in his inner circle.
John Mayer. He's like, I can say it because...
You sponsored the crime bill, buddy. By the way, if anyone's got the New Yorker magazine, my dad turned me onto this article about the Biden family and some really shady things that happened over the last 2 or 3 generations. I highly recommend checking out. But Mark, to answer your question, what is the speech about? And Will, yes, you were right. Really bizarre forecasting. It's quote, addressing the continued battle for the soul of the nation. Okay. Specifically an attack on the danger of MAGA Republicans.
I feel like that's just going to stir it up more.
Well, yeah, it's election season. That's what he's trying to do, Mark. He's trying to do everybody pick a side right now. You know, that's like that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's needed for like a prime time speech. Like,
yeah, but he doesn't.
The economy, a global pandemic, those type of things. Yeah, those are good.
He just wants to win in November, though.
Yeah, well,
I agree with you. I don't think it's the right move, but it's what he's doing.
To his credit, everything's different in the internet age, right? But there was a bunch of Civil War rhetoric this week, and
there was.
Normally, a president would
weird.
Be like, do something about that, but then again, it's on Twitter, so I don't know.
I just think
he did comment with F-15s and guns and all that.
Right, coming from Joe on an impassioned speech in primetime, it's just going to drive more Civil War talk.
Right, because he always gets way too worked up and emotional, and then he says some stuff that he like, whoopsie.
They need a Civil War role in the White House where like that's the guy or gal that calms down the talk. Like they have to be like trained in like calm speech. You know, it's I don't think it's
we'll see how it goes.
I feel like the only great orator president we had,
Barack.
It was Barack. Clinton was pretty good, but I think Biden thinks that he's a great orator in his head when he's giving these speeches.
But for sure.
Based on like the fire that he comes at it with, and then it's just like a fizzle, dud, pop.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He's not a great orator. In fact,
Obama definitely the best speaker of the recent presidents.
Oh yeah, Obama fucked.
I would imagine. We were too young to remember Reagan. I would imagine he must have.
Reagan was on Obama level for sure.
Because he had like such a strong approval rating for most.
And Bush is not so much.
JFK was pretty good, right?
Yeah. JFK was the shit. Yeah,
he's too good.
Yeah, well, he was so good. He was so good. The deep state got rid of him. Mark,
they got him.
They got it. Those speeches are too good.
That's how good he was.
Yeah.
Check out that Oliver Stone documentary. He's not crazy. Let's move on, guys. Dolly Parton, America's sweetheart, she's launched a new line of dog accessories, cleverly titled Doggie Parton. Okay. Yeah, Dolly announced the venture, which will benefit in part WWII Farm, which is an animal rescue. Pretty cool.
Okay.
Via an Instagram video. And this is what she said. She said, quote, "Puppy love was my first record. And 6 decades later, my love for pets is stronger than ever." That's a bit of a, yeah, cool. Hey,
jeez, I wouldn't mind doggy style with Dolly Parton. You know what I mean?
That's impressive for her age. For us to be saying that these days.
really what happened is some business person was like, you know where there's a gap in the market? Pet accessories. Oh, tie-in, puppy love 60 years ago. That's the motivation, Dolly. Go with it. Straight to camera, Instagram video. She said, this inspired me to start my own line of Doggie Parton apparel and accessories, toys, and more with Dolly Flair.
He was like, it doesn't matter what you say.
Tits.
People fucking love you.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, let me tell you what some of the more popular items are. Some of the ones that sold out. So the accessories range from a doggy-sized pink cowgirl hat with a tiara accent to a pink dress with a guitar combo and a blonde wig that comes with it.
So these are Halloween costumes for dogs.
Yeah, for dogs.
But they're going to go towards
get one for
getting animals out of shelters, right?
I think I'm pretty sure. Yes,
That's the
but I'm
part
pretty sure
where
that
Your
part of
baby
it.
Chihuahua would look amazing in one of these Doggie Partons.
That's
Oh, I'm sure my girlfriend will buy one of these.
it's definitely Ton. It's not Done. It's her last name, not Pardon. But that was
Parton,
yeah. But that would be clever, Mark, if it was that. I think I mispronounced it.
See, I thought it was Doggie Pardon, and they're pardoning them from a death sentence at one of these shelters.
That would be a little bit too heady.
But they should
For
do
this-
an
but
offshoot.
smart. It would be
no,
smart
I like
AF.
that. I like that. They should do an offshoot. They had two brands. It's a sub brand. It's the saving dogs off a death
That's
row
what I
brand.
thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I want to point out that Dolly did a little something extra special for pups that have been through the ringer. The Doggie Parton line offers a doggy bra to ease nipple dragging for mama's dogs who were rescued from puppy mills. And that product is called the, quote, Bread Bitches Brassiere.
I love it.
The BBB.
The triple B. Yep.
Triple
there you
B.
go. Yep. So if your pup's got nipple drag, my first dog ever, Clementine, full name, oh my darling Clementine, Basset Hound, already pretty low to the ground. This poor pup had cranked out God knows how many litters, and her nipples were always a dragon. We loved her just the same, but she could have
On
used.
the ground.
There must be like like a
Pregnancy's tough.
line at Dolly Parton's house with the dogs to like who gets to like nuzzle in those tits every night, you know? Like that. There must be a fight every night at that house.
Well, she's still married to that same guy too. So
He's
her
saying the
husband-
dogs.
The dogs.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm
think
saying
the
her
dogs
husband's
sleep
in there
with her?
competing.
Husbands
Of course,
do
the
that.
dogs sleep with her.
Of course they do.
Oh, yeah.
Or you think that husband's smacking him off the bed?
The husband has no say in that house. When a woman like that is in that house, the husband has no say.
I'm surprised the husband hasn't been killed.
Yeah, I agree. I've said it once. I'll say it again. Dolly buys a book for every child in the state of Tennessee once a year. It's very cool.
She's got to be the most. Now that Betty White's gone, she's got to be like the most loved person.
I think even when Betty White was alive, Dolly Parton's more. I mean, she's like
she's pretty good.
revered.
She is
I mean,
revered.
Nobody
work at the
really
food-
has anything bad to say about her.
Never.
She's got. I have one thing. She's got to work on the food lines at her theme park because took my niece there
I just
over the
always
holiday.
assume somebody else made the mistake.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's her name and likeness that she's licensing out. So have some pride in your brand. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Moving on. Poland, a country whose payment time standard is net 77 years. That is announced on Thursday that the losses the country suffered at the hands of Germany during the Second World War
Extensive,
are, by their estimation, $1.32 trillion. Wow. Now, this number obviously was a tough pill to
Send them
swallow.
the bill.
Right. Even after they considered that there's no way the math is exactly right. But it's still a big number, right? That was a Polish joke and I wouldn't get it. The 1.32 trillion number, I thought Mark was going to laugh, is
No, I get it,
significantly north of the $850 billion estimate.
Somber topic, yeah.
That's the only Polish joke in the thing. Now I'm going after Germany, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I might
right, well, I mean,
Polish one.
The bulk of the reason they're asking for the, I would imagine that a lot of
Because
it
their people died. I get it.
Right.
They're
it
like,
has to do with
I get it, Pat. They're like Dr. Evil trying to negotiate to the board like $1 trillion, and they're like, that doesn't even exist. It's the,
And you try to find humor in big historical news related to holocausts, okay?
Right. That's
Yeah.
the H word. I was
So I gave a real soft one,
But there
with
it
a
is.
real soft one to the polls.
there it
real
is.
soft.
That's part of what they're why they're asking.
Hey, and by the way, to the fucking mentally ill asshole that got on the comment thread of a picture of me and my son about the off-color comment, which was a joke I made about the man in the hole getting killed before you could kill one of us. I don't know the fucking man in the hole. I'm sitting in northern New Jersey, you asshole.
What did they say?
Don't comment on my fuck.
Oh wow,
Pat,
somebody got that upset.
just don't keep my fucking son's name out your fucking mouth.
What they came after your son because you made.
They were saying, what would your son think of what you said, Pat? And I was like, eat
get
it,
out of here.
dick, you fucking weirdo. You got a fucking picture. One of your pictures on your Instagram is your
That's
face
not going to be the
bleeding.
last time you're asked that one for sure. Unfortunately,
It's okay. Hey, you can come after me, dog.
Now
You
not.
can come after me. Just keep my son's name at your fucking mouth.
Damn.
Now we're all going to
You
get
keep-
all the
you
time.
You keep Puma Excellence's name at your fucking mouth.
Now they know your weakness. That's like
Hey.
the rankings for me that you just gave out. Your weakness.
Pat, before we move on real quick, because we're talking about Poland and Germany, places that love mustard, in fact. And you're right. Cut the mustard is what it is. And I didn't know this. It's they don't know what it came from, but they're like, they think maybe it's because mustard has such a stink that only something very powerful could cut the smell of
cut it.
mustard in your nose.
I like that.
They also think that it could be just people fucking up the term pass muster.
Or
So they
it-
think
I buy
it could
that
just be
too.
a mistake
It
too.
could be that those poor idiots just really valued mustard.
Right. Yeah, because they're Polish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough to cut.
Is it as good as mustard?
You guys keep your mustard in the freezer too?
Yeah.
Take it out. Try to cut it. Good luck. Back to Poland and Germany, guys. The ruling party of Poland in 2019 was pushing a number of 850 billion in terms of what Germany not owed them, because they're not necessarily asking for
Right.
reparations.
That's what I was about to say. What's the point? Just to shove it down Germany's face?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
you stole this much from us, assholes.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Think about it.
Look, the German government did not respond immediately to requests for comment. And a little context: in 1953, Poland's communist rulers back then relinquished all claims to war reparations under pressure from the Soviet Union, who wanted to free East Germany. Right? They were like, "Hey, forget about that old Holocaust thing. Let it
was
go,
all really-
bud."
Yeah, so Germany here, I see what the problem is. Because the USSR is defunct. Germany's like, hey, we can't be on. We gave everybody else what they wanted at the Treaty of Versailles or whatever.
That's what I'm saying, because they learned from World War I. They over punished Germany, and then they were poor, and that's what led to Hitler being able to manipulate everyone. So they didn't want to
So
punish
they're like,
Germany.
Poland, you got fucked by
monetarily
a
again, yeah.
defunct place now. So
This means Poland's in trouble. Like this reminds me of the time. Remember, we went to the casino and that guy drove us home, and he hit a deer, and I offered him money at the time to fix his
Yes.
car because I felt bad. Then, like 6 months later, he was obviously in financial trouble and was like, "Hey, don't know if you remember me, but blah blah blah. Can I have that money now?" That's exactly
Yeah.
what this is.
well, so many Ukrainians
Poland
moved
developed a
into
drug
Poland. Well, no, Poland developed a refugee habit.
they took it off the
They took in 5 million Ukrainians.
That guy that drove you home from the casino certainly did.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
No, it's the refugees.
That's damn sure. Okay, well, look, here's the situation, guys. I guess the guy's name is Donald Tusk. He's the leader of Poland's biggest opposition party, the Civic Platform. He said on Thursday that the announcement was, quote, not about reparations, saying, quote, it's about reminding the Germans just how big of assholes they are by putting a dollar amount on their assholery. So there you have it, Mark.
Right.
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
Hey, remember what an asshole you are? Let me
I do agree
calculate
with
what an
Wes.
asshole
I like
you are.
that.
I do agree with Wes, though. I think that it is because they're in dire straits. They're they're doing this because it's a big show. It's
Right.
A cry
Well,
for help.
now if they do have to declare
They'll take
bankruptcy or whatever, they can point and say, "Look, we didn't ask for it, but remember
what
Germany
they did
owes
to
us
us?"
$1 trillion." Just
Yeah.
if everyone wants to watch us, be bankrupt and falter, that's fine. But there is a country out here that does kind of owe us $1 trillion. We didn't ask for it.
Just
They
saying.
just need to settle out of
saying.
court. Germany
Put it
does.
out there.
Put it out there. And I don't want to hear it out of
No,
you.
we'll
Russia.
die. We'll die without complaining. We'll die poor, and it's fine. But
They're in
there is a
trouble.
country.
By the way, Putin denied Gorbachev a state funeral. Said, what's he going to do? He's dead. Can't throw him out of a window again. That's a little foreshadowing. Stay tuned. All right, guys, and finally, the top story of the day, which normally wouldn't be it, but I just fucking love this story more than anything. I had a big lull reading it, and so here we go.
The cream of the crop!
Did you guys watch this show Glee? Ryan Murphy.
I think I've seen a couple episodes, but
I'm aware.
I loved it.
I haven't followed.
It's awesome. It's on Fox, like 2008, 2009. Right when we moved to Austin, it was on Fox. Ryan Murphy, Nip Tuck, great television show creator. And if you're a fan of musicals like I was and high school drama like I am, damn, Glee was for you. Really good show. Lea Michele came out of nowhere, New Jersey girl. She's one of those big voice Broadway kids, you know, like Anna Kendrick style. Right. On Broadway, young, they want to sing, you know, like the most dramatic of dramatic actors.
Thespian.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're telling you at 6 that they're an actor, this kind of kid. Like, remember the kid that would come late to school because she was in, like, ice skating, competitive ice skating or gymnastics or whatever, some sort of sport.
Probably
Lea
always had
Michele
a
was
scarf on. Yeah.
for acting.
Remember the kid at your family reunion, Pat, that kept going again and again and again on the open mic stage night that was like 6? Yeah.
It's tough to have an Oscar and a hit record in your family, Mark. It's a lot of
That
pressure.
kid had a big shadow, and he was trying to get out of it that night. He was trying to get out of it that night on stage.
And we got a Tony, too. We got a lot of stuff in our family. It's for that kid. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for him. Anyway, moving on. Glee star Lea Michele. She is going to be in Funny Girl on Broadway. Broadway's coming back. Check it out. Big deal, I guess. Funny Girl revival. And the New York Times, by the way, if you get a New York Times profile, that's like top of the pops in terms of achievements for a celeb. It's one of the most prestigious profiles you can get. And guess who got one? Lea Michele. Got a New York Times profile. Very cool.
Does it often go on like hand in hand with like starring in a Broadway? You know,
yeah, if you're doing something.
Do you have a picture of Lea Michele?
I don't, but yeah, look her
Michele.
up. You know her. She's pretty fine. Very attractive. She was engaged to the other guy from Glee that tragically died of it.
Right.
Drug overdose. The Canadian guy.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
Anyway,
Yeah.
She's very hot. She's also been rumored to have been a real bully on Glee. So much so that she lost her endorsement deal for HelloFresh or one of those pre-made meal companies.
oh shit, you got to be a real bully to lose like a endorsement over being.
You got to keep in mind, Willie, this is a show about high school Glee club, right? And Lea Michele had done Broadway pre-Glee, and everyone else on this show was a newbie LA cat, right? That could maybe sing a little bit. And Lea Michele was the boss bitch, big star. Ryan Murphy chose me doing a musical on network TV. Only I can hold it down. I'm a bossy bitch bully. Apparently, that's what they said, verbatim. Anyway, so okay, here's what she did in her New York Times profile. She finally put to bed and thereby inadvertently fanned the flames of the conspiracy theory that she, in fact, cannot read. Lea Michele can't read. Everyone knows it. Couldn't leave it alone, Leah. Felt like you needed your big profile. You usually get one of these, maybe two of these if you're a mega star in your whole life. And she took to the publication, the interview, to say, I want to address these people that say I can't read. What an idiot. This is like when Rolando Negrin, you're going to want to Google this guy.
Yeah.
He was working as an airport security guard when those new scanners came out, the 360 scanners. And the TSA guys were testing them right before the customers came through, the air travelers. And Rolando Negrin was not packing. And his buddies, his coworkers saw that, started ripping on him. Tough for Rolando, not cool. But here's what Rolando did.
Yeah, they kept making him do the they're like, does anyone volunteer? How about Rolando comes up and does the...
You get in there, Rolando. And then you hear snickering. But here's what Rolando did. He done fucked up big time because Rolando could have just ate it, let Karma take care of those guys.
He made a big deal about it.
Oh, he
Rolando
took out a baseball bat and attacked the car.
He struck one of the guys in the parking lot, one of his coworkers, with a pipe in the arm, breaking his arm. Making it national news that he had a little dick. Same deal with Lea Michele here. I didn't know there was a conspiracy theory that she couldn't read, but there is, guys. She told the Times, quote, I went to Glee every single day. I knew my lines every single day because I'm an actor. And then there's a rumor online that I can't read or write. It's sad. It really is. I think often if I were a man, a lot of this wouldn't be the case. Not true. But big ups, guys, to Jay Hunt and Robert Ackman, who are the hosts of a podcast called One More Thing, who did big J journalism back in 2017. They did a Facebook Live video in which they had a PowerPoint presentation slideshow outlining support for their theory that Lea Michele could, in fact, not read. And it's still alive today.
Couldn't she put it to bed by reading?
Yeah.
Yep. They don't care. It could have gone to bed by just not talking about it in your Times profile, you dummy. And
couldn't she have just been reading anything on a video?
Yeah, why can't she just release a video of her
it's been put to bed already. There was a tweet where she was
How embarrassing would that be, though?
Yeah.
Just
Look,
just
it's
her
sad.
reading.
No, it's not. I don't know. Like for her, it's free. It's free press.
See?
Here, see? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, addiction's
Got,
not
like, a
always
Goosebumps
bad.
book. It's like a child's book.
Yeah.
Addiction's not always bad, Wes, if you get hooked on phonics. And maybe Lea Michele should.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the cup of coffee, the big time.
Here she is, by the way, resting bitch face for sure.
She's like the Floyd Mayweather of Broadway. Yeah.
Young Idina Menzel looks, but
Tell you what she can't read is The Room. Ever. Yeah.
yeah. If you type in Lea Michele, M-I-C-H, Google will finish it with can't read.
Wow. Well, okay.
What a hilarious.
How did that start?
There's no
Literally,
way
these guys,
there's no way she cannot not read.
These two guys, we should listen to this podcast. These two guys were like, you know, it'd be hilarious if she couldn't read. Let's start the rumor.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Put a PowerPoint presentation out there. Rest is history.
Love it.
The power of media. Okay. Thank you to listeners Dutch Hammer, Big Ounce, Charles, E.B. Mara, like Safety Man Jordan, some others who contributed to the Space Mountain thread this week in the Discord server because through their contributions, I caught up on a UFO sighting that happened back in February 2020 that I don't think that we've ever addressed on this show. The videos just started coming out.
Can we get a Macho Man to introduce this segment?
Well, we're not going to space, Mark. We're staying on Earth.
Okay.
We're not. We don't even have to leave. Commercial airspace again. To see this one. And I know you guys weren't really sold on that Wilmington, North Carolina recent UFO one from a pilot.
The light. Yeah, no.
So I went back. And thanks to the listeners, watched a lot more UFO tape. That's what I was doing to prepare for this episode. And I found one that I think you guys are going to enjoy. The video just started making the rounds in like March 2022. But it's a pilot recorded this over Medellin, Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, in an Airbus 320 in February of 2020. And so here is the video. There's no sound to it. So you can see he shows like the altimeter, whatever. It shows like the dashboard.
I am a pilot.
Goes out the front. He's on autopilot. Yeah. And look, he zooms in. Look at this thing.
Oh, what is that thing?
Check it out. They're flying past it.
It's little.
Oh, I've seen this one. This one's great.
It's like a orb.
Yeah. What is it?
Run that back one more time.
Yeah, I will. So,
all right, guys, pay special attention to,
how did he know when to
the
start
motion around the thing. This was to see if someone created it with a digital effect.
Yeah, how did he know when to start filming?
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched a bunch of people trying to debunk it. Nobody really can from like experts.
It has a box around it.
Yeah, so it's so what you see for the people who aren't watching the video,
the silver orb.
People describe these types of UFOs as cubes or triangles inside a sphere. So you see, like I'll put it back up and freeze it like on the thing.
It looked like it could fit one of those new jellyfish in it.
Right, it's not very big.
It's small.
Right, it's pretty small. Right, so
it's like a single passenger.
Like the jockey equivalent of a Martian.
Right.
Well, what if it's just a small alien?
Martian? Or it's like their version of a drone, maybe,
or it's a drone that governments have that are like it's like way more even like powerful. We don't even fucking know about it.
Yeah, it looks like a drone type thing. Yeah,
like see, so it's like, but that's what people see these things, and these types of UFOs are cited a lot. It's these like cubes or triangles that have spheres surrounding them. So it's like a sphere that has points coming out of it. And this one is the best one I've seen. It's the clearest one I've seen by far.
Willie, did you see? I would be curious to have a VFX person look at this and see if they can tell anything or not.
I mean, there's not a ton on it because obviously not a lot of people cover UFOs, but I have seen a couple like pilots and video experts that on a History Channel thing, and they said like, well, it looks legitimate.
So real quick, okay, this guy's shooting on his iPhone, right? You can get
it's a pilot on an iPhone for sure.
You can get an 8K camera right today for like $400. Why the hell are they not mounting 8K cameras looking out the window
dash
of these
cam.
planes,
Yeah.
so that you could like punch in and see what the fuck these things are.
Well, yeah, I mean that one looks legit to me. My only problem is like, why did he show us his altitude and then purposely like know that the thing was coming?
He's trying to
and then
prove. He's
focus-
trying to prove it's real. Like he's.
I know,
trying to
but
show-
that thing.
How
went,
did he see it so far
How did he
away?
know it was coming? It went out of the screen. He timed it
Right.
perfectly.
Right. Well, it could have been like if it's like the Wilmington one, it could have been a UFO that
If
made
it's going
multiple
in
passes.
circles.
by
Yeah, I
the
mean, maybe if
plane.
it'd been making the
Yeah.
rounds, but to
So
me that
it
looked
could have been like he knew it was coming.
It just that's the only thing. I think that looks pretty, not something you can get at a store, right? Like drone wise. And
Yeah, I mean,
but
I don't
just-
know what it would be.
I don't know
It's
how he
standing
can
still in the
know it's
air,
coming.
so it's like, what is it? It's
I mean,
not a drone.
I'm a
It
big
doesn't
fan
look
of the
like a drone.
daylight UFO videos. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because you can see the sheen of the sun off that thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
not a-
that's
it's not a
you can-
bird.
yeah, like that. Yeah, like you can. That's definitely better than the nighttime, like infrared shit for sure. So that's the first time I'd ever seen that. Apparently, Medellin is a very popular place for UFO sightings. So.
Well, a lot of
knew?
cocaine.
Well, yeah, maybe it's related to that. I don't know if they have something else there, but not only that, guys, the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence has redefined UFOs as "quote unquote" unidentified aerospace and undersea phenomenon.
There we go.
So they're
Yeah.
expanding the search for these cube sphere things into the seas.
I read another thing about someone claims there's definitely undersea alien technology, and they're kind of getting like laughed at by some of their colleagues, but they're like an esteemed scientist. They're like, no, there's definitely alien technology in the ocean.
Yeah, there's lots of like bigger names getting behind it, especially with Congress pushing for the DOD and DOJ or whoever to be more like transparent
sure.
with it. Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. But I mean, that's
Speaking of that-
probably the best video I've seen.
So the
Clearest video.
one interesting thing taken away from this Trump Mar-a-Lago thing with it, I don't think everyone knew, is that the president has the power to just declassify any document.
Well,
Right,
no, the presidents aren't even told about aliens apparently.
Yeah.
But if they had a document, they could declassify. That's what I'm saying. So
If they were even given access, but there's access levels above them apparently that's what people claim, that it's been classified above presidents, like above elected officials, like to the point where
Special master.
Right, only special masters see it.
special master,
Yeah, super special master.
special occasion master.
Yeah.
So conspiracy for now, but who knows if it'll be a conspiracy forever. Speaking of something along those lines, the UN has finally admitted that China is committing human rights atrocities against Muslims, particularly the Uyghurs in Xinjiang, that province inside the country of China, several years
They cracked the case.
They did crack the case, Mark, several years after it became common knowledge on the internet. I mean, we've
Yeah.
covered it on this show.
When women
for
are crying about how their
multiple years.
uterus has been
Yeah, it's
taken
like
out.
8,000 eyewitness accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's a photo, I think, from the UN of like Chinese, what is that, Gestapo, looking over all of the concentration camp of Uyghurs in Xinjiang. So
That's how they treated
yeah.
him when they let him in to video it. So you can imagine
that was
what
to,
it was like.
to inspect.
Yeah,
Right.
you can imagine what it's like when they're not there to inspect.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bad.
I think the New York, the New York Times went over there in 2018 to hang.
Oh
out
yeah,
with them.
Pat. The first people who blew the lid off it were some Australians back in, I think, 2016 or 2017. And so it's been multiple years. The UN has been sitting on this report, and they've known that Muslims have been trying to be exterminated by the Chinese government for that long. The UN report wasn't even released until the final minutes of High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet's 4-year term, because that's how scared she and everyone else is of psycho China, who are trying to exterminate the Muslims and lock down other citizens, millions of it at a time.
So it's like a
over
deathbed thing.
protocols, so.
You like admit it on your deathbed when you're on the UN.
Right. She was like, I knew this the whole time, and I'm going to submit the report literally the second I'm retiring.
Yep.
So
Wow.
China hopefully doesn't kill me. China, using a favorite play of their pals from Russia, claimed that all of the reports, including this one from the UN, the body that would make the most official report like this, they claim that all of them are just propaganda. Just propaganda to make what they're doing in the Xinjiang province look bad, kind of like how all T-shirts are propaganda to make my body look fat. Right.
Right.
They got to do something about that.
Damn t-shirts.
China's pulling a real Vladimir Putin and every fat guy in the summertime move.
It's cotton that's against me.
Yeah. No, so even though like the thought of aliens already being on Earth, just cruising around like everywhere, and genocide in 2022, those aren't great, right? And also, turns out that American kids got 20 years dumber because of COVID lockdowns. So all three of those, not great, but at least it's a little more out in the open now, and that's the kind of good energy we needed headed into football season. Which brings me to my last point. Mark, have you returned the rock?
Let's take a trip.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
No, I have not. Let's play a little game. If I were to tell you that we were in a country where a prominent person died via falling out of a window, where would you guess we were? Carmen Sandiego is where?
Well, it's Russia, obviously.
Russia.
Got it in one. That's right. We were in Russia, where Ravil Maganov, who works in oil, had himself a spill. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. Maganov, who was the chairman of Russia's second largest oil producer, Lukoil, his luck ran out on Thursday when he fell from a hospital window in Moscow.
These hospital
It's another hospiple window.
As soon as the KGB pushed him off, they were like, I think they call him Maga Slip Off.
He's had a grease spill.
I think they do the hospital so that after they crack their head and break their neck,
They're right there.
They rush him into the hospital and say, "We did all we could.
Yeah.
Did all we could."
Right.
Meanwhile, there's
Couldn't
just
have prevented
KGB
this.
guys like drinking vodka and smoking cigs on the roof.
It
Like,
seems to be hospitals almost always.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I mean, he was meant to die. I mean, after all, he did fall out of the window at a hospital. So if there was any chance to save him, he would have been saved.
Why it is because Putin likes to claim his killing. Like, Putin likes to claim his murders. He wants you to know who he took out.
Yeah.
So it's always falling out of a window at a hospital.
He's like the wet
Organ
bandit. That's
harvesting.
his calling card.
Organ harvesting.
It's organ harvesting.
Yeah, that's so they can kill him again. He puts their organs in other people, and then he pushes those people that got their organs out of his enemy's organs out of a window. He keeps killing these people. Russian state news agency TASS reported the death as a suicide, a Putin-ordered suicide. Here is,
Of course, all of them
here
are.
is
The
Maganov
poisonings, the
recently
windows.
with Putin, and you can see by his facial expression and body language, he's realized he has upset Putin and is going to be thrown out of a window any day now.
Yeah.
That's the look of a man
looks
who
scared.
knows he can't be near a window. Yeah.
He might be dead already in that photo. He looks kind of like propped up.
Yeah.
Look at his hands. Pull it back. His hands are so red.
Yeah. He's been poisoned twice in this meeting.
What is going? Yeah, he's already in the gulag right there.
Yeah, he is having a tough time. Maganov was in the hospital for a heart attack. Maybe that's why his hands are red. He's got the blood circulation thing. So it was a heart attack related incident, and he just decided to jump out of a window while screaming, "No!" Maybe he had buyer's remorse like all the other people that have been falling out of windows over there. Is there some sort of Russian folktale that talks about jumping out of windows being the way to go? Like Jack and Jill and the hill, but it's Dmitri and Natasha and the casement window.
Yeah,
like what's going on?
You get your virgins if you fall.
Yeah,
jump
that's what I'm
out the
saying.
window. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Like if you jump out of a window, you have a lifetime of virgin sex in Russian
No,
heaven.
it's just a book called Vladimir's Fables, and it's just Putin's favorite way to kill people. He either poisons people, which maybe cause that guy's heart attack, or he throws them out of windows. That's his two moves.
Yeah, if the poison doesn't work, you're out a window. If we were to play, that's how they get in the hospital. If we were to play the what are there more of, doors or wheels game in Russia, the answer would be windows, it seems like.
Poorly built ones too, Soviet era. You know,
Yeah, Soviet era windows.
it's tough.
This is like the 13th window death of a famous person over there in the last year. I Googled how many people die falling out of windows a year, and it just sent me to Yandex. Anyways, Russia is saying a billionaire over there was so sad and depressed that he jumped out of a window. So that's what they're saying. Okay. And
Well,
look,
I mean, China and Russia, come on, like, and like, not like America doesn't claim that anything we don't like isn't propaganda as well. Like, we do the same shit. It's just that, like, you know, we all know what's happening here. Putin's throwing people out of windows. China's exterminating Muslims. That's
yeah, it's, you know, pick just one way to cut it, one way to cut the slice.
That's how the mustard gets cut in this one.
That's right. Out of the window. Throw that mustard out the window. Well, maybe people do fall out of or into windows, because let's head to Florida since it's Friday. Florida Man Friday. Full episode is live on Patreon, patreon.com/hardfactor. We're also about to make those episodes and the Hive Hour episodes available for subscription on Apple and Spotify very soon. I know we've teased that before, but it's happening. You may have noticed the boys are now in video format on Spotify. You can be watching us right now at Spotify. I'm doing the finger point right here. Look at this. Look at this. You could be see what I'm doing? And so we made that leap. Probably going to join Twitch and a few other video platforms, but pat ourselves on the back for that. We have crossed that video hurdle, and now we'll be tackling the bonus pods and subscriptions on Apple and Spotify next. Okay, but I digress. It's Friday, and we are now in Florida with David Randall Dominguez, who couldn't even manage to get a shirt on in his mugshot. The arrest was such a scene that there was no cloth for his upper body throughout the entire arrest and booking process.
There's also, he's done so much meth, there's no bone for his lower teeth.
That's correct.
Right. Why does his head look like it's still in the World War II era, but his body's in today?
I'm glad you're looking at his looks, because I want to play a little game. How old do you think David is?
Ooh. Younger than he looks.
38.
42.
I was going to say 35, yeah.
He's 29.
29?
Hey.
You can never tell with these Florida men stories. The people live hard life. I'm just kidding. He's 48. I'm just fucking with you.
48, okay.
I'm just kidding, because, you never know with the
It looks like a profile picture from like a bum fight, like a bum fight card.
Yep. David will do it.
Bum fight.
This guy might get lunch.
David will fight for $4.
Tune in to find out.
with weapons.
With a 3 pint a day habit.
It really does.
Bum fights.
Yeah.
David hasn't drank out of a glass container in 12 years.
David could be on bum fights or felony fights, either one. Sometimes there's an overlap, and David can cross that gap. So David had a bit too much to drink this past Sunday night, because it was a night, and he broke into his neighbor's home in Suwannee County, Florida, which is here in north central Florida. It's the circled thing, the different colored thing, a little bit left of Jacksonville, a little bit north of Gainesville,
Florida.
Yeah. Exactly. Florida. So the cops were called for a person of suspicious behavior described as a dirty, shirtless man somewhere between the ages of 25 and 70 in the neighborhood. And that was David, of course. So when the police found him, he had made his way to a disabled truck and was chilling by the truck that had another male and female inside it. The pickup had also been towing a trailer before it became disabled. It could have run out of gas days ago, could have been multiple flats. They didn't really mention it, so just use your imagination.
That's right. That's his house. It was his house.
Yes.
You okay, buddy? You need some help?
Right. This is where they all live, right?
Yeah.
I hate to see a truck hurt like this.
Yeah, exactly. I'd never seen a disabled labeling of a truck before.
David, did you eat your lower jaw? How did that happen?
My truck's disabled.
Nah, I just I grinded it down.
That's years of grinding.
Just ground it down.
He ground his teeth into one.
It's easier this way.
Right to nubs. The deputies asked, what's going on with this fucked up truck? And David said, at some point the truck had broken down or become disabled, and that the male sitting in the truck's his uncle and the female's his mother, and they were there to help with the mechanical issues of the truck as soon as they were done partying in it.
Just never. They're never going to be done partying in it.
We were going to fix the truck as soon as we were done with all this meth.
Yeah, the cops realized they'd stumbled onto quite the scene, and then they looked over and noticed that the house the pickup truck was parked next to, which was definitely not David's, had a broken front window and damaged front door. So they went over to inspect it, and they found broken glass and fresh blood on the porch, like dripping still. And they were like, "Hey, David, and Uncle and Ma, did any of you see who broke into that house recently, or did any of you do it yourselves?" And they all said no, of course, but David kept flailing his arms around, and they noticed that he had lacerations in his elbow and like probably a few pieces of glass.
Yeah.
No idea, officer.
So then they said, well, was it you, David? And he said, no way, it wasn't me. He said, no, I didn't do that. It was actually, I got these cuts from a wild street fight. So it could have been like a bum fight thing the night before. He's like, no, officer, it's not from the window. I got in a knife fight last night is all.
I haven't dressed the wound yet.
The purse was a sandwich.
Just letting it bleed out.
He used the excuse that he got in a very violent fight instead to the cops. The uncle tried to back up David's story. He's like, yeah, he likes to fight, and he didn't break in, I swear. But the cops did not believe any of them. And after asking the right amount of times, the old, this is your last chance to be honest with me, David. I can help you out if you tell me the truth. It doesn't look like any real harm was done over there, but if you don't tell me now, you're going to be in a lot more trouble. And then David said, all right, he's just drunk enough to fall for it. And he said, all right, well, I was over there on the front porch kind of poking around, but I wasn't trying to break in or nothing. I just stumbled and fell through the window and then fell into the door a few times. David was arrested for burglary.
Opened the door with my hand.
David was arrested for burglary and is now in Suwannee County Jail.
Of course he is.
I fell through the house, is what he said.
You're not going to believe this.
All right, I'll be honest with you.
I'll be honest with you. I fell through the house.
Fine, I'll be honest.
I wasn't going to steal nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Man to man.
Yeah.
That's why you got to go. That's why you got to be a patron, Florida Man Friday level at least, which is only $5 a month, and you get one of those.
6 of those.
I mean, you get tons of Florida Man stories
yeah.
every week, a whole hour of them each Friday. And,
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. That's right. All right, cool. Well, let's get into the final segment of the week, the Hive Five. Today we got some videos. We got some comments. No reviews. There wasn't any reviews this week. We got a couple voicemails, and I'm going to check in on some of our polls that we post on our episodes. So if
I love that. I did notice that our Spotify 5 stars went up another 100. So nice. Please keep doing that. That's huge.
Yeah,
and now that we're doing a Spotify video, we're trying to get featured on there on the video section. So any sort of love with the 5 stars
crowd.
on Spotify, that would be helpful.
Pump it up, Spotify crowd, Spotify listeners.
Pump it up. Let's first check in with the poll. So again, if you listen on Spotify, we post these polls that have questions that have to do with every episode, and you can vote on them. And then they're pretty fun. So we're gonna check in and see how some of those have done. First up, we posed the question: which profession is easier, acting or sushi chef? The results are 75% of you said acting is easier, 25% said sushi chef. So
Hilarious
there you
poll.
go. That's definitive
Hilarious
answer.
poll. Now, which one is better to be a master at? That might be.
Yeah, anyone can act, but if you're putting out shitty roles, pardon my French, not a pun, literally bad roles, sushi rolls, you get fired.
It depends on who you ask. I think if the Japanese would probably say it's harder to be a master sushi chef.
I think it should say which is harder to make $50,000 a year doing type thing. Like you're setting a limit, right?
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah, probably acting, right?
Yeah, because acting's a real disparity of wealth situation.
A sushi chef.
Bust.
The top make a shitload and everybody else makes nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go for a very high amount, but a pretty solid salary for the two, which is harder to do. I'd probably say acting.
I think on average, though, beginner sushi chefs make more than beginner actors for sure.
Oh, that's
what I'm saying.
You're making 20.
That's what I'm saying. I think when you're a sushi chef, you're making decent money,
right?
And you're a professional. Everyone agrees you're a professional. When you're in acting, sometimes you're working for a sandwich. Yeah, that doesn't make you a professional actor, in my opinion. But
what's this gig? A bum fight?
Yeah, all right.
Exactly. I'm acting as a bum.
Let me put my fake lower jaw back in.
I will say this: if you want to work as an actor and you don't care how, you can work as an actor. You just might have to do industrials and gigs at Disneyland and
you can do extra work and getting in commercials and shit. You could, if you just grind at it, you can anybody.
You could be a butt double.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's get to the next one. Pose the question. These Aussie rugby players are, remember if Will played the video of those two guys and giving a blowjob. So the choices were just dudes that took a bet too far, probably gay, hilarious, even more heterosexual now.
I learned my lesson.
Most of you said that they were probably gay at 60%. Just dudes that took it too far at 15%. Even more heterosexual 15%, and hilarious 10%. So not everyone found that funny.
I think it's probably gay and hilarious. I'd like to vote on two.
Yeah. Next one, burrito meat. Which burrito meat are you getting?
I think we did
between
this
sausage, bacon, or chorizo. And
We've done this one.
Bacon was the.
You did this one, and you think it's chorizo, and Will thinks it's chorizo, and Pat and I were cool with bacon.
No. We talked about it on the show, but that was the poll results.
We talked about the poll results. You guys were surprised bacon won. You thought chorizo should have won.
I think that was a poll that we did on Twitter. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was. Elf ears on a girl. Hot or weird? 31% said hot. 69% said weird. So not everyone's
69.
Yeah, not everyone is in.
Again, could be both.
We should have put fun as an option.
Labia tattoos. How do you feel about them? Too trashy for me. Makes her hotter. Not a fan, but it won't deter me. Not a fan. Won't deter me. 57%. Too trashy for me. 30%. 13% makes her hotter. So
we should have added a line there for going to put on a condom now, because you probably aren't raw dogging it when you see the tattoo down there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's true. Tramp stamp, same thing. Kind of like a warning, like, hey,
I'm going full steam ahead, but I'm probably going to put a condom on now that I've seen your butterfly labia tattoo.
Yeah. It's essentially, I mean, if you had like a magic
you always should. But
every tramp stamp reads, you gambling, man?
Yeah.
It's a roulette wheel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pelosi's breasts, are they real or fake? 60% said real, 40% said fake. I thought that was a little closer
With
than
the amount of plastic surgery she's had on her face. I would say they're at least augmented. I don't know
so
if they
does
have
lift count as real? I'd say lift counts as real if it's not like silicone in them.
Yeah, lift counts as real.
They could still be like real with a lift.
Then real, probably.
Yeah.
Worst mayor, Adams or de Blasio? De Blasio ran away with that one so far.
Yeah.
But Eric's got a few. He's got some time.
Give him some time.
He's too
He's
new.
got some time. Girls vabbing. Fellas, would you be turned on if you found out your girl was vabbing? Yeah.
2% said
hell yeah. Hell no, or maybe. The winner was hell no at 47%. Then maybe at 33%. Hell yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I feel the maybe crowd.
Well, of course, I can understand the hell no and the maybes.
Yeah,
I don't really get the people who are gung ho into it, but you know,
I think it's hell no.
whatever you like, you know.
Yeah.
Try anything once, you know.
Yeah. We posed the question, what is your favorite Hard Factor episode of the first 1,000? Some of the responses, when the Island Boys cut their hair because of lice was one.
That was good. I like
the
that
ones
one.
where Will got angry from Jack Bayless.
There we go.
To narrow it down to one seems impossible. Just keep the great work. Pumped to see y'all grow from a 10-minute daily to a juggernaut. Thank you for that. It's a Veterans Day episode where Wes was going to put the blowjob machine out in his front driveway to thank them for their service. I don't know which has to be the 4th of July or Yuri's, in my opinion. So thank you for that. We look forward to another 1,000. Let's go to some comments from the internet. This is from the episode where we found out that men are actually living longer than women if they're married and have a college degree. And Jamie Keenan says, that's because you guys stress us out.
Fair enough.
So we're stressing.
That's a good point by her. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Fair enough, Jamie.
Even today,
Yeah.
my wife had to. Thankfully, she could take our daughter out of daycare because she's sick. So, and I was working, so I stressed her out because
We're packing tonight for a trip, which means my wife's packing and I'm stressing her out tonight.
There, yeah, exactly. Here's a comment from another from the Aussie blowjob thing, which really riled people up. Name and address supplied says, "LOL. It doesn't make someone gay if they experiment because of a bet while they were drunk." I don't know why some people think that they have to be gay or bi to have some experimentation, considering that sexuality is on a scale. Everyone who understands that information of Kinsey get that. And then Pete Smart said, no normal person would do that if they were drunk.
No one. Yeah. He didn't have to ask him to marry him afterwards.
Yeah. Signed, Aussie Rules football player.
Yeah.
No, that's the funniest part about this argument is that There's a lot of people who seem to be stuck on this argument, but there's
Who cares
straight
if they're gay,
there's-
but they're obviously gay?
What I'm trying to say,
Like,
there's straight and gay people on both sides of the argument,
why
like
are
cheering
people trying
along
to
both.
Why are people trying to say that they're straight and that you're like, no, this is totally normal behavior? They're just gay and they had
That was just the YouTube comments.
had a
I
good
think there-
time.
There was other comments other places too. Like
Unreal.
it's a big
you don't
topic.
suck someone's dick unless you're gay.
Yeah, I think
Or if they got
on.
stung by something in that
relatively
dick.
clear.
Right, yeah, or bit by a snake or something, yeah.
You have to have at least a little sugar in your
You
tank.
didn't have
suck
to
a
fuck
dick
him in the
public.
ass. It was a suck dick bet. Well, I mean,
Where'd you get bit, bud? You sure?
Yeah. Your roommate puts like a bunch of snakes in your room.
those two guys are gay as hell and it's fine.
Oh no, my snake got bit by a snake.
You get bit by one of the 100 snakes in here?
Yeah.
Well, no, and plus
Luckily,
they
I
are
came home.
They are definitely gay because, as we said at the beginning of the week, we found out that it was the soccer club, which is an out gay club, who was supporting the rugby,
There you go.
the Aussie rules team on Mad Monday by sucking each other's dicks in the bar.
It was the Rainbow Strikers.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
We brought you a gift.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's more of a
Here it is.
performance, really.
Yeah, acting. It's two gay actors.
Here's a comment from Eric Penrod, who just says, as usual, these fatties have no fans, LMAO. This is on the Nancy
Ouch.
Pelosi post on
Ouch,
Facebook,
Eric.
I think. Yeah. Eric Penrod. Look at that. Look at that profile picture of that douche, though.
But he's writing on our page, which I
That's
think
right.
technically makes him a fan of ours.
Oh,
He's
huge
certainly
fan.
helping the algorithm, the moron.
He is helping the algorithm.
Yeah.
Also, I would say that
What's his name? Nimrod?
people were reacting to his
Eric
stuff. There seemed to
Penrod.
be fans around. There seemed to be people engaging with the post.
This is not true, Eric Penrod.
I think he just doesn't like our take on that Pelosi one.
Yeah, it was the
Sorry,
Pelosi
Eric.
thing. Josh D wanted me to know that he's with me. Casting couch chicks aren't actors. So,
Do you want to play any of the 50 that think that you're an idiot?
I saw the best. Somebody goes. I hope Wes never finds out that when they get stuck, it's stage 2.
when they get stuck.
When they get stuck,
What do you mean, like
like in the dryer,
Like stuck on the floor, like
yeah.
when somebody's
Underneath
Can't get out of this dryer.
stuck under a desk.
Yeah.
when they're handcuffed to like somewhere? Yeah.
Those aren't fake.
This is something I want to address. It says G says mic levels suck. One guy's all the way up, another guy's down.
Yeah.
Compensate, you get blown ears. Yeah, we're working on it, G.
We're working on it,
We finally figured it out,
But-
so it should be moving.
Lord G.
No. Those are good messages. Maybe tone it down a bit, but let us know. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, with all
you don't
that
have to
is
spit in
aggressive,
our
man.
faces,
Right.
but
Yeah.
but
I
we
just
do want
wanna
to
let you
know
know
who's
we're
and,
aware.
and maybe mention who's louder.
Right.
You know, and
It doesn't
quieter
even
so we
matter
can
because
adjust, but-
it doesn't even matter because we got a new system. We got a new.
We're getting better.
effects rack. We're good.
it's season 2 quality. Season 2, episode 31.
That's right. Got a couple memes for you. Brian Hastings sent this one in. It's of Nick Cannon doing FaceTime with all of his kids, and it's just what was that? Morgan. Morgan.
It's when he's
Freeman.
Alfred, or no, not Alfred.
Oh, yeah,
Foxworth
Batman.
or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, he's just looking at
Batman
1,000
guy.
screens. Yeah, I thought that was
That's
pretty
every
funny.
cell phone in Gotham City.
That's right. That's because of Bane, right?
Yeah, a couple people sent this one in. It's or I guess Gilly TTV. In order to prepare for his role as a wrestler in Spider-Man, Randy Savage wrestled for over 30 years and won multiple world titles. Going back to the method acting thing we were talking about.
That's a great point.
Pretty good.
The ultimate method. Bonesaw was the ultimate method. role.
Bonesaw is ready.
This is a hilarious video that Will and Love sent us. It's a prank that I'd never seen that Payless pulled on a bunch of pretentious like shoe people back in the day.
Yes.
Where they
Chic
Oh
store.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is an ad, right? You've seen.
No,
No.
it's a full video. This is like a report.
No,
So
it's an
Payless,
event they did.
yeah, Payless is obviously like a bargain basement shoe store, and they took the same shoes they have in Payless and created a new boutique shoe store, and invited all these like fashion influencers, and then they jacked the price up of the same exact shoes like by 2,000%, and they got them to say that they were amazing shoes. Here's the clip. It's amazing.
That's cool.
Making headlines by the chain Payless Shoes. They held a grand opening of a luxury store with a different name but the same shoes and charged hundreds more for those same shoes. Customers paid Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Behold, Palessi.
We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
Guests invited to check out what looked like a luxury shoe shop.
They're elegant, sophisticated.
I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
A $35 shoe going for $645, an 1,800% markup. Store owners sat on their heels as fashion influencers emptied their wallets.
I would pay $400, $500. Yeah, people are gonna be like, where'd you get those? Those are amazing.
Then they're let in on the prank.
These are actually from Payless.
You've got to be kidding me.
My world is ruined.
Are you serious? But those shoppers were refunded their money and
She
they
pulls
got
out
to
a
keep
little
the
pistol
shoes.
and shoots her.
David Payless calling it a provocative.
So there you go.
Isn't fashion though like all about like perception anyways though over materials?
It's like art too. Yeah, I mean it's.
They did that with a pizza too. I swear, like a new pizza style too. Like there was
If
something.
everyone perceives it to be this valuable, it's this valuable, right? Like, that's
Right,
fashion.
yeah. They like put you in a nice room and they give you something that is normal.
No,
And then
Penn
they're
and
like-
Teller did this where they took like a Salisbury steak, like a
Maybe that's what I'm thinking
Stouffer's
of, yeah.
Salisbury steak, and cheap wine, and served it to these people at a fancy restaurant, and people were eating it up. They're like, "This is amazing! Oh my god!"
They thought it was amazing. Yeah.
Hilarious.
It's like
Derek
Emperor with
Lamberti.
no clothes on. One of my favorite stories. Those guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Derek Lamberti is
perception.
Because you're totally gay and it deals with a naked dude.
Yes.
Whatever. He was so
Derek
naked.
Lamberti turned me on to something called the Cow Chip Championships.
Go back to the part where they talk about his dick.
Let's stay on this page. My favorite page, page 8 here. Why is it so crinkled?
Have you guys heard of the Cow Chip Championships?
No.
They're happening this weekend.
That's
in,
turds,
I guess.
though, cow chips.
Yeah, it's turds. So
why is the kid with his tongue out with the one picture?
Well,
Wes?
so what they do is they toss these things. Wisconsin State Cow Chip Championships. So they have these cow turds, and then they just toss them as far as they can. It's a big thing in Wisconsin.
Frisbee
apparently.
style.
Yeah, frisbee style. Here's a chick throwing one.
Oh, that's
sometimes they go into the crowd, just smack someone in the face. So if you're out there in Wisconsin, be sure to
winning.
Just a bunch of Wisconsininos with their mouths open.
Some big old strong Wisconsin ladies hucking those cow turds down that.
Hey, look, I encourage this. I encourage this over the 12-year-old girls that are the sausage bratwurst queens that get oogled and then taken their scholarships taken away.
This is less creepy than the sausage queen.
Yeah.
Wes, how
got a couple
young was the
videos.
youngest sausage queen?
I mean, you saw the picture. They're probably like 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were too young. Yeah. They just start grooming them.
Can I pick it this year?
All right, got some videos to show you guys. The first one is from
she's got talent.
Oh, she's gonna be multiple times the sausage queen.
We're still okay with no defined age range, right?
Just move the sausage closer to your lips real quick. Right?
Full Bore Barbecue sent this first video. It's of a mascot just trucking some kids. It's boom.
That's a nice run by that mascot.
Yeah, he just trucks kids.
Throwing them off. The kids have pads on too, and he's just handling them with ease.
Next video is from Joey C. Just of a chonk bear out in the wild. Look at that thing.
Oh no! I bet that's where that's one of the bears where we saw it. That's a bear in captivity, probably.
Maybe I don't know. He's
How bad it is.
Boy,
you mean like in
He's
Vancouver?
Might have had a bad breakup, or
yeah, it could be. This one is awesome. It's Gizmodamus. This is a Street Fighter play, and these guys do all the sound effects and stuff from Street Fighter. It's pretty awesome.
E Honda versus Ken.
That's Ryu, and he's they're really good.
How long can they do that performance? See, it seems like you could only do it for maybe the one time, and then that's it.
Well,
M.
they each have
Bison was a
different sound
Nazi,
effects, right?
What's
I
that?
think he's supposed to look like a Nazi or a commie. Yeah.
Who's a Nazi? M. Bison? Yeah.
Yeah, M. Bison. This next one is a UFO video. It's from our boy Casey B.
Gay.
He says, just listen to your episode from Wednesday, the UFO over the ocean off with the UFO over the ocean off North Carolina. Wanted to share a video I took at Holden Beach, North Carolina, about 45 minutes a couple years ago. We saw the same type of lights over the coast. They were 1,000% above the horizon, and it was 1,000,000% not the moon, as Mark with a C likes to argue.
Who's that guy?
Huh?
I don't know who Mark with the C is. He must have a friend.
Here's the video.
What's his address?
Yeah, what's that guy's?
Wait.
I mean, these are just boats in the ocean, right? But,
Well, I mean, he says he's pointing the camera at the sky. You just don't believe him.
That was the whole thing.
yeah, it was the whole thing. Here's a.
I believe you. I believe you.
Many people sent in this video. It's mom and son feeding a shark.
This is a mom
shark.
is an idiot.
And then they just fall in.
It's a huge nurse shark. It's an enormous, like it's like a 6-foot nurse shark, and she's like, "Here, have this raw chicken in front of my son's feet,"
and then pushes him in.
Yeah.
I was filming like one of those travel shows, and one of the girls that we were with they went filming their sharks and got bitten by one. She had to go to the hospital because she had to get stitches.
People assume because they look like catfish that they can't hurt you.
No, they have teeth. This next one is Jay Reed. It's a guy, a football announcer, just that says something very hilarious.
Boys calling from California.
Oh, sorry.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
Gotta like it.
Vega would have loved that.
Dude,
Vega would have been climbing the fences.
So gay in Street Fighter. Vega and Jafar. Vega and Jafar should have a buddy comedy.
Yeah,
Vega was a romantic.
I know. No, he was.
Oh, but he needs a hard man in his life.
Gay.
He needs.
Yeah. This next one, Alex J sent in apparently rhinos have giant cocks too. So this rivals Orion's cock.
Shit.
We should look into
really?
it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Look at this thing.
No.
He's
largest land mammal other than an elephant has a.
Man!
Whoa, buddy! Whoa! That thing's touching the floor.
Whoa!
It's longer than his legs.
That's a big one.
Whoa!
Whoa!
The leverage, man.
Yeah. This is the one from Zach P. Manatees almost killed this dog that swam out to say hi to him. Man, the manatees just freak out. You can see the dog right there on the left, and then he gets the manatees.
Oh! Come here, Flip!
I thought they were supposed to be gentle.
Right.
Flip, come.
He said we need to watch out for these fucking manatees.
Flip, what are you doing?
This is a hilarious one. Cavalier Coach sent in. It's from Detroit. They opened this new slide for kids, and they didn't tell the kids how to go down it, and these kids are just getting wrecked on this slide.
They're going like face first.
Oh yeah, the end.
Keep your head up.
Keep your head. Look at these kids.
I want that Kimar one.
Shit! Just this big metal slide.
Keep your hands up.
Those kids did pretty good, actually.
Yeah, the first group of kids was funny.
Here's A Myers sent in an Amish drift video. This is amazing. This guy in an Amish buggy just does a full drift on the highway.
Here he comes.
Pretty impressive.
That's pretty good.
That's fucking badass, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then this one I got sent a bunch of times. It's a song, and the title is POV: A pit bull when it sees a little kid.
You are not fast enough. You are not brave enough. You are out of luck. Now it's time for you to die very rough.
Yeah. That is it.
And sadly, guys, when I was doing the Hive Hour, I got this message from our boy Patrick. He said, my sister's dog was just attacked by a pit bull and had emergency surgery. Fuck them up on the pod tomorrow. So fuck pit bulls. Patrick, we hope your sister's dog is okay. Let's not get rid of the current ones, but let's stop breeding them, okay?
They're the manatees of land, really.
No, I think that what we need to do here, Wes, you figured it out. You need to start a program where you route violent pit bulls to macaque country. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you get a team of tactical operators.
Yeah, long day. Here, you just gotta look. you could quell this problem by, sorry, Jason's pit bulls are off the list. The R and the J names, pit bulls are off the list. Austin, sorry, no pit bulls for you, bud.
It's possible you could do it that way too. That's discriminatory. I feel like.
Sorry, no pit bulls, bud.
You don't want to discriminate against people just based on their names. They have to have a chance to prove themselves to be better than the name. The pit bulls, once they've bitten somebody or killed something, they need to be just pitted.
Bryson, Bryson.
Bud. Here's the thing with pit bulls. It's like it's similar to like guns. Responsible owners, but there's no amendment for pit bulls.
Yeah, but you could repurpose a pit bull. Look,
there's no
a gun. You can't just set a gun down in the woods and it goes and finds a macaque and kills it. All right, a pit bull though, that's a different story.
True.
Jays, Jay, you're off. Pit bulls, you're off pit bulls.
Yeah, so fuck those things. All right, let's get to voicemails. We got 4
Gary's.
of them.
You're cool.
Yeah. You need like a 3.0 or higher to get a pit bull. They need to have like.
It's true.
They need to have like.
They need background checks and mandatory training and all that shit. And people that love pit bulls should be all for it.
Can't be a pit bull.
Right.
First dog
cannot be a pit bull.
Sir,
though, ship it to macaque country. Right. Come on,
sir. Before we go any further,
let's start the trade. What is that? A trade route? Let's start the trade route. We could be the first on that new trade route.
I got to ask you.
Or just feed him.
Is your child support up to date?
Yes.
We might as well get that out of the way now.
That should be a question asked. Yeah.
I'm going to put your name in the computer, and if you're behind on anything,
felony, no pit bull for you. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the voicemails. We got 4 of them.
Have you ever voted?
Are you a dog fighter?
Yeah, are you a dog fighter?
A lot of people. Yeah,
absolutely. Are you a moron? Here we go. First voicemail.
Boys, calling from California. So my beef is done with Amish Brock. Done with the beef completely. So glad he came back last week. My new beef is with these fucking girls on OnlyFans promoting their OnlyFans account on TikTok, saying, "Ooh, follow my spicy link." And then you pay $7.99, and it's just freaking lingerie pictures. They need a button to where you can test it out for 30 seconds to see if you like their content or not. Because if I'm paying $7.99, you better be dumping them out. Have a great fucking day.
I love the dump out.
Great point. You shouldn't be on TikTok though. Scam. Go for the girls who are promoting themselves on Twitter because they'll probably show you what they're willing to do on the app.
So Colin's a when to see the nipple guy in the comments.
Yeah, when to see the nipple. Colin, I'm gonna let you in on a couple things, but at the and this is just I read this at the top of the OnlyFans page. It will tell you. Right in the bio. So like there's a bio to say, "Hi, I'm Carrie. I'm, lying about my age and I'm from somewhere in the Midwest." It's got a drop down menu. Click that drop down, right? And it's going to show you, they'll list it out what they do.
Right.
Now, there's going to be some briefs in there you might not know. So you want to turn your safe search off and start Googling them.
Colin,
there we go. That's Colin. Good advice from Pat, our OnlyFans journalist.
It is.
Yeah.
That is journalistic integrity to its core right there.
Yeah.
There's also OnlyFans search function sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also tons of free porn out there. All right, next voicemail.
What's up, fellas? It's a traveling daddy calling from the great Pacific Northwest, where we do love our orcas. In fact, shout out to the 2-time MLR champions of the Seattle Seawolves, whose mascot is a majestic orca.
That's right.
As we learned this past week on Hard Factor, the dong of an orca is 8 feet long.
Yes.
Orcas, on average, are 24 feet long. If you use those stats on a human, we should have about a 2-foot penis.
Right.
I don't know about you boys,
missed out.
but I'm not trying to saw off 4 inches of my dick to fit in the pod, if you know what I mean.
He's got a 2-foot.
Thanks for the laugh. Thanks for almost always getting it right. And the most important thing, have a great fucking day.
All right.
Thanks nice. For that voicemail. You know what? Definitely, I'm closer to a gorilla than an orca myself, but I do marvel at their majesty.
You're saying you're closer to a 2-foot cock than a 2-inch cock? Yeah, I think that makes sense.
You think rhinos have a bigger like cock to body ratio?
Yes.
I mean, that was impressive.
The one you just showed that he was dragging on the ground. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
More swagger, definitely more control.
Yeah.
That rhino was 50% dick.
Yeah, but
whereas orca's a third dick, right? 8 to 24 feet. So it's 33% dick on an orca. And I'd say that was about 50% dick to body size on the rhino.
The rhino has more dick for body, yeah. But the orca, though, is underwater, Pat. Think about that. The control you could get underwater.
That's true, but there's a lot of resistance. Nice. Have you guys ever taken it, like, picked up a 2x4, put it on your palm, and try to do, like, balance it a little bit?
Yeah.
Right? Like that's essentially what the rhino was doing with his cock. It was swinging like that. It was
got such sway to it because it's so big.
It looked like he was having issues, yeah.
He's like 8 feet long total, and his dick is like 3 to 4 feet long. So he's rocking 40 to 50%.
It was like an acrobat doing a bit where he's like, oh, am I going to drop it? And then to the other side and then back again. But it was his dick.
Pretty good. Next voicemail.
What's up, guys? Tony from PA here. Just listened to the Friday show on August 26th. Pat, wanted to say thank you for the edits to my voicemail. Made me laugh. But people that have not even looked at the Discord or haven't joined the Patreon, the Joke of the Day thread, it's the first thing I check every morning when I wake up. It's probably the last thing I look at when I go to bed, just because... just like scrolling back through the old ones makes me laugh every time. A bunch of dark shit in there. So if you get offended by jokes, probably don't go there, but it's still fun. A couple dirty ones, but it's a good time. Looking forward to trivia here in September. Not sure when you guys are planning on doing it, but just for my own selfish reasons, I do have games on Friday the 2nd and Friday the 16th. So it could be any other Friday. That'd be awesome. So I could actually be there in the entire time. But anyways, have a great fucking weekend, boys. Love you.
Okay. Tony.
All right, Tony. We'll do our best. All right, last voicemail here, guys.
The entire time. But anyways, have a great fucking weekend, boys. Love you.
Okay, so hi, my name's Javier. I'm from North Carolina. I've been listening since, I think the first episode I listened to was the one in 2020, for like the Veterans Day blowjob thing that was going on or whatever.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Big fan. My stepfather loves you guys too. I'm part of the Patreon, the Discord, and all that, so I don't really ever message. But you guys have been, it's been good, because when I started listening, it was a pretty rough time. And,
pandemic.
Yeah, it was great because it was hard for me to find podcasts I actually liked, but you guys had a different approach to things that made it a lot more fun.
Hell yeah.
And also, I was just listening to the one from Friday, the 26th of August, where the guy said he was one of the youngest ones at being 23, and I'm 22, so I'm younger than you, bro.
Take that, Tony.
Fuck yeah, you crown him.
Well, have a great fucking day. War Damn Eagle, fuck Bama.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Football season, baby.
He's Auburn.
Tony, that's how it's done. Did you notice how he didn't say anything about his degrees or where he placed in his class? Did you notice that, Tony?
Damn, Pat is really going after Tony on the GPA.
I don't know. He could be a
Pat's pet peeve is long-winded voicemails, and Tony's specialty is long-winded voicemails.
And scholastic accolades. He really got
rubbing
Pat,
it in my
he
face.
really got Pat
Tony.
where he hates it. Yeah,
rubbing it in my face.
I gotta take care of something real quick. You guys, pull up the wheel, okay? Remember, I'm off
my
Sunday.
bad. Let me get the wheel.
Congrats, off Sunday. All right. What is going on at Wes's house?
I don't know, man.
Something's going on. All right, we'll pull up the wheel.
All right, I got the wheel coming. It's coming in hot.
I hope to see a dog running across the thing. And
so
he's got all those dogs. Yeah.
So everybody go to patreon.com/heartfactor and sign up and listen to, I think, Florida Man Friday this week, where Wes discusses he's now responsible for 5 dogs.
Yes. He's running around
5 dogs at once. He's watching these things.
We'll do high five for next Friday, then take Wes off for the Monday jobs. He's
okay,
off.
got you. Okay.
So this is for high five next week.
High five next week.
High five.
Yep.
Next week.
And just a quick update while we're doing this. Yep, Wes, back to back.
We loved it, Wes. Everybody loved it.
Well, Wes is not here. I'm gonna do this. I'm putting out $100 bounty if you can find episodes of VH1's Dad Camp. It's $100.
Oh yeah.
Direct to you. If you can get me an episode of VH1's Dad Camp, you DM me, not the main.
Correct.
$100.
Yep. So Wes, you are
You're
high five again next week. The wheel thought you did such a good job that you should get it again.
Yeah.
So we're spinning for Labor Day's show. Now
we're probably doing a show Labor Day. We haven't discussed it.
Well, we're gonna put something out. We're gonna put something out. So we're spinning for the jobs right now, but who knows exactly how these will be delivered. Pat will be the cup of coffee in the big time. If there is one. If not, he'll be doing something else. But
if not, he'll be throwing the ads into a recycled show.
Similar.
Looking after my kids.
We'll see. Yep. Oh, same here, Pat. I am spending the holiday babysitting.
I'm going to go
Mama
gamble
needs
on
a
college
night
football
out by
at a
herself.
casino.
Yeah. Yes, Mark. You are the TikTok international moment.
All right.
On a lazy river and then gambling on college football.
Just remember the last name,
LeBurge.
Sallenberger, while you're out there. Just keep throwing that.
Oh yeah, like put it on his tab.
Yeah, put it on the tab. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
come on,
yes,
dog.
absolutely. Yeah, no, because the rest of us, we're gonna be Wes is working weddings. Pat and I'll be babysitting.
Put it on the tab.
Put it on his tab, Mark.
On that guy.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us as always. Enjoy football. But most importantly, have a great fucking weekend. And if we don't see you, Labor Day.